In few days, our country is going to celebrate its 74th Independence Day. Usually, we used to commemorate the sacrifice and the heroism of the freedom fighters in every Independence Day. India is said to be a secular country, but it's nowhere implemented. Same in the history. There were many Muslims participated in the freedom fight, but their sacrifice and contribution vanished from the history only because they were Muslims. And today I'm here to tell you about some Muslim freedom fighters from the hidden history. Let's get it. We all know about the first independence war, Sepoy Mutiny. Sepoy Mutiny took place from 1857, but before the British occupying India, Portuguese tried to occupy and rule the wealth of India. They tried to enter India from the Zamorin of Calicut, which is today's Kerala. In that period, Kunjali Marikayers lived in Zamorin. Kunjali Marikayers fought against Portuguese more than 100 years. At last, Kunjali Marikayar IV was killed because of disloyalty. These Kunjali Marikayers prevented the entry of Portuguese army more than 100 years. This must be considered as the first independence war. But this fight was thrown out from the history. We all know about some poetic freedom fighters who wrote many poems which indicates the spirit of freedom among people, like Bhardiyar, Sarojini Naidu and many. Many Muslim scholars and Maulavis of that age did the same, but they were one step higher than anyone because they approached people in their own homes disguised as beggars. They disguised as beggars to escape from the British police. They sang songs that sparks the fire of freedom. This sacrifice was extreme level of patriotism, but their history was never taught to the next generation. We all know about Netaji. He was a great freedom fighter. Once he visited Yangon in Myanmar, which is popularly known as Burma. There he visited a person's burial place and said that if we Indians have guts and valor like him, one day our voice will be heard in the streets of England. And he asked people to take that person as their role model in confidence. It was no one but the last Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah. In his lifetime, he fought a lot against the British army, but he was defeated once due to the effective weapons of British army. Later he was present by the British government. One day, a British officer named Hudson bought a gift in a covered plate to Bahadur Shah. Bahadur Shah asked the officer, "What's this?" He replies that this is a gift that should be given to you from a long time. Then he opened the cover from the plate. There were 2 heads of his children in that plate. We can't even imagine how it felt to him in that moment, but all his sacrifice was thrown out from the history. Once Netaji decided to build an Indian army against the British. He decided to buy advanced weapons for his army because British had guns, cannons and grenades while Indians had sticks, arrows and swords. Netaji needed 1 crore Indian rupees to buy those weapons, but he couldn't collect that money in India. So he went to Yangon, which is popularly known as Burma. There he visited a wealthy man and asked money for his army. That wealthy man asked him, "How much you need?" Netaji replied him that he need 1 crore Indian rupees. That wealthy man gave the whole 1 crore rupees as his contribution to Indian army. And that wealthy man was a Muslim named Habib. But he was never shown in any history. Then Netaji made his army with advanced weapons which is strong enough to fight against British. The commander of that whole army was a Muslim named Shahnawaz Khan. But these histories were never taught to the students in school. They were never shown in any media. These sacrifices were buried along with them only for that they were Muslims. This video has only few of the Muslim freedom fighters, but there are a lot of them to be said. But I don't want to make this video more longer. If you want the part 2 of this video, comment below. I will try to do if I receive many requests. Share this video to your friends and families. Let them know the contribution of Muslims in the Indian independence.